Hello and welcome to my channel, Spiritually Gina, where I encourage you to live from your soul. My name is Gina. This channel is all things spirituality and embodiment. And so I wanted to make this video because I feel that it is essential to understand this when you are doing inner work. And this is basically, we're going to be talking about the difference between a mother wound and a karmic mother imprint. Because although they may feel like the same thing or sound like the same thing, they are not. And I'm finding that in the healing journey, it is really important to be precise in what you're healing, so we can really get to the root causes, and so we're not spending more time than we need to, but just, getting to the fucking point sometimes, getting to the root of the issue. All right, so the mother wound versus the karmic mother imprints. So obviously both of these things deals with the mother and the lack of attunement towards the child. What I think differentiates the mother wound from the karmic mother is that a mother wound is more so rooted in the idea of patriarchy. And this is a definition that many people spout. And I was always confused when I would hear it, because I'm like, that does not resonate with me at all. Because first of all, I believe that a mother's love, nothing can separate a mother from the love that she has for her child. There's something unconditional, unyielding, something that reigns in totality when you begin to describe the love that a mother has for her child and an organic consciousness matrix. And so whenever I would hear videos about someone talking about their mother wound and like describing it, I'm like, okay, some of it resonates, right? But like a lot of it didn't, and that's because it's based on this faulty definition of a mothering imprint. And so the karmic mother imprint or wound, what is that? I believe a karmic mother is someone that hates her child and or hated parenting. And so this is different from mother wound, because I feel a mother wound is more so about the mother lacking emotional capacity for a child, but still having that innate love, respect, and veneration for the mother-child dynamic. Whereas someone that has the software of the karmic mother running as they are parenting, that person hated being a parent and they hated their child. And so I have experienced the latter. My mother, basically, from her perception, I was a mistake. I shouldn't have been, conceived. There's someone again with their lights being disrespectful. But anyways, I was a mistake. I shouldn't have been conceived, an accident, and I know that she hated parenting. She has expressed that not only eloquently, but also in her parenting techniques. And I know that she doesn't like me as an individual, because something I would always ask myself, I'm like, why doesn't she love me? Just those existential questions that a child should never have to ask. And so when we are healing this mothering imprint, this mothering dynamic, it's important to understand the difference between the two, because you do not heal those wounds the same way. Someone that has a mother that lacks emotional capacity didn't experience the hatred, that severe, fiery, red disdain that the karmic mother imprint dynamic entails. And so first, I do have a program called From Gaia's Womb, where we dismantle the devouring mother imprint, which is, I believe, the dominant mothering software that is used throughout society. But outside of my container, we have to use the moment of conception as our healing point, as the 0 point when it comes to healing, because our childhood only expressed that dynamic that was present at the moment of conception. Because basically the karmic mother imprint is a rejection of the child and of the responsibility that comes with having a child, versus again the mother wound, I feel is more, and we're not like saying one is more like worse than the other, but that one is a little bit more surface level, a little bit more like, okay, the mother lacked emotional capacity, but like she actually actively wants to try to be a mothering figure, versus one that rejects it because it's not, she rejects it either because it's a generational wounding, and that's totally valid, but it's also something that she isn't able to, or wanting to face in herself. And so basically making it more of something that's evil, or something that's rooted in darkness and not, again, in organic consciousness. And so that is the difference that I make and use. And again, like for either wound, we can use our point of conception as ground, not ground zero, but like that's the point we use when we are doing healing work, and even working with the mitochondrial DNA, because that's what the mother passes down to the child on a biological level. But I believe that in the healing community, we can focus a lot on the childhood itself. And even though that is valid, I believe the childhood only is playing out the script that the point of conception entailed, or created. And so using that point is more powerful, and also understanding what dynamic you are in. And I also feel that this is kind of the difference between a white practitioner or a Caucasian practitioner and like a POC practitioner. Like I've just noticed that, like, because there are different levels to the mother wound, different practitioners approach it in different ways. And especially if you are African American Black, it's not the same wound across different ethnic backgrounds. And I've just found there to be a differentiation in how it's healed, but how it's even approached as well. Because we always use our lens of understanding most of the time, and there are like the unicorn practitioners that can really see the energy body and like heal the energy body in a way that acknowledges the person's experiences, not even in this lifetime. I mean, not even like just their lifetime, but also the ancestral lineage. And so it's this whole thing. But yeah, that's the difference between the mother wound and the karmic mother imprint. One is, I feel, based more so in the emotional capacity aspect, and the other is based in the hatred of the child themselves and parenting in general. And so yeah, I hope you found this video to be helpful, and that it gave you more context on your healing journey. Again, I do have a kick-ass program called From Gaia's Moon, which we dismantle the devouring mother imprint, which is also the karmic mother imprint, in a way that addresses generational healing and generational miasmas that have formed in the energy body. But that's a free program. It's not for everyone. But if you're interested, you can inquire about it, and or just simply purchase it, and let's go. You know, in that program, I use the gene keys as the foundation for your healing, because there is a specific sequence in there that details your life in certain stages. But either way, just knowing that working, whether you sign up with me or like continuing on your own journey alone, or even working with another practitioner, know that the point of conception is where the healing begins, not even, you know, 3 months and 9 months. And it's the point of conception that is the most important point, because everything else is only playing out that script that was formed at that point of conception. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Bless.